Okay, and now it's analyzing the stuff. All right, let's dive in. The most recent backtest I ran triggered the ID, which as a reminder is revision 3. The run covered this period. Now it's time to examine the logs. Okay, descent to the trading logic. Let's break this down. First, I'm focusing on when a buy signal isn't being triggered. Looking at the log entries. Okay, momentum is actually not 0 anymore. So that's actually very good because we were having 0 momentum before. It shows a clear true and false transition. Therefore, squeeze turned off should be true. Check in the entry condition confirms entry signal should be true. So why no entry trigger? Okay, if misunderstood, the squeeze represents da da da. Okay, I've been digging into what VOO. I'm seeing those numerical values. The issue is definitely with the entry logic tied to the squeeze indicator. I see it now. The way I'm currently using that indicator, da da da. Okay, actually, I should make the check. Now, as long as it squeezes off, momentum is positive. I'm good. So it's changing some things in its logic. Okay, time to apply the fix. Perfect. Okay. So it seemed to have figured out what's going on. It's rerunning the back test, and let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can get this thing to actually trade. Let's see if it actually makes any money. It's one of the most popular algorithms on TradingView. So I would think that it's popular for a reason. Yeah. Okay. It's trading. Still no trades. Oh, there we go. It's actually trading for us now. Cool. Boom. Up 1.1%. Not making a ton of money, but it is up. That's good. Up 5%. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Maybe there's something to this indicator. Look at this. It actually seems to be making some money, and it's not getting any drawdowns. I know this time period that I back tested over February, March of this year. Most strategies would be down during that time because that's when all the tariffs came on. We had a big drop in the market, and it seemed to actually handle that quite well. So maybe there's something to this trading view indicator. This is pretty cool. Maybe we should actually make a strategy with this. The only thing I would say is, if we're trading VOO, you're going to have a limited amount of gains with it, right? Because VOO is,
Not very volatile.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I would use like a leveraged ETF. I'd use like a TQQQ or a UPRO or something like that. But this
So
is
Rob,
looking
what if
quite
you
good.
went at this point when the bot's got the strategy? What if you went back and asked the bot what name some stocks that would
Yeah,
run this strategy very successful, I guess is what I'd ask. And it would
yeah,
still be able to go do some searching, wouldn't it?
yeah. It
So
can search the
yeah,
internet for you. So when this is done, why don't we actually ask it that question? We'll see what it says.
yeah, good.
But this is actually pretty impressive. Look at this. It went over this year. It had like no drawdowns at all. Whoever made this indicator, this is pretty interesting.
Hey, Rob, something else. You said refresh. What did you do when you refreshed?
I just refreshed the page, like in the browser.
Oh, you just went up just a standard browser. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like a regular browser refresh because it was doing some weird stuff with our chat. There's
Yeah.
some sort of bug in there somewhere. I don't know what exactly that bug is. Maybe when it ran a back test, something went weird with it. But a lot of times to
Okay.
fix it, just hit the refresh button on your browser. Yeah. Yeah, this is now towards the end of the year when we had that drop, like when all the AI stocks dropped. It actually didn't go down too badly. Uh, a little bit. Still positive on the year. Okay, so what I would write to this AI. So there we go. We got an annual return of 3%, total return of 3%. It's positive, very low drawdowns. So this is good, right? But I mean, obviously, this is, pretty modest, right? I think if you wanted to have a very stable strategy, that's what it looks like there. Oh, see, this is something strange is going on with this AI. Let's stop this. This was version 4 that we ran. That was actually quite good. Okay. Yeah, something weird happened there with our messaging system. We have to investigate that at some point. Okay, so version 4 looking interesting. We got a good backtest result on it, or at least positive, right, with very low drawdowns. So this version 4 backtest was actually quite interesting. It did pretty well, right? It's positive. It seemed to actually get around pretty big drawdowns quite well. So I actually like its ratio between drawdowns and total returns. However, it didn't really make that much money. Um, what do you recommend for this thing to actually be more profitable? What symbol would you use instead? My gut says go with TQQQ, but can you do some searching, like everything you know off the strategy, research the strategy, and then search for, what other symbols would you use that you think would be more profitable than this, right? And then also, what else do you think we can make to make this thing more profitable? Right? Like, why is this thing, it's great that it's up. That's awesome. But how do we get this thing to make a heck of a lot more money? Either using leverage or, something else that you recommend here. Please do your research around the version 4 backtest that happened. Um, and do some searching and all that stuff as well. Okay, so by the way, notice that I turned on my microphone and talked to it. That's something that I actually recommend doing as well, because the more context, the more data that you give to an AI, the better it's going to do in general. So I'm a big fan of turning on voice, just talking it out and letting it go and do its thing. Okay, so listing backtest ID is complete, 3% return, rather hefty, 6% max drawdown, not exactly stellar. Right, it's querying our trades, retrieving our stats data, searching the web. So you see here, Gil, it's searching the web for relevant information as well, right? Searching again. Let's see what it comes up with. And you can actually see what it searched. So basically, considering potential, okay, the search results are pointing me in a few different directions. Okay, let's see what it said. TQQQ recommended, right? Version 4 backtest is a great step forward. It proved that the strategy logic is working, and most importantly, it stayed positive while keeping drawdowns low. However, you're right, 3% isn't explosive growth. Most people look for momentum strategy. The reason is simple. VOO is too stable. It's like trying to race a minivan. It's safe and reliable, but it won't give you that high-speed thrill. Here's my research and recommended. The best symbol for squeeze momentum, TQQQ. This is your best bet for making a heck of a lot more money since it's 3x leveraged. NVIDIA, this is currently the momentum king. That would be an interesting one to trade NVIDIA as well. Trade Bitcoin or trade QQQ. That's its recommendations.